Good morning. I'm meteorologist Kevin Smith here at the National Weather Service in Pocatello with your weather hazard briefing for Southeast Idaho for Wednesday, May 22nd. There's actually a lot going on here over the next couple days, but it's going to be one of those scenarios where, looking broadly at the region, we're not expecting any widespread threats as far as threat to life and property or big issues for most of you. It's going to be more a collection of more niche impacts. For example, wind, probably a problem in some spots for high-profile vehicles. Frost, a problem in some spots for those of you who have planted and have gardens out there. So that's the kind of flavor to the hazards we're expecting here over the next couple days. So 2 storm systems coming our way here over the next few days. The first is taking aim at the region today into Thursday. We've got 4 main impacts we're expecting here. First, windy, breezy to windy conditions widespread across the region today, but the strongest southwest winds are expected over the Arco and Mud Lake deserts and upper Snake Plain, particularly as you get west of Idaho Falls. We do have a wind advisory out for this area. We'll show you that graphically here in just a moment, as well as those wind speeds, but breezy everywhere else as well. We're also going to have to keep a close eye on American Falls Reservoir today. We may be very close to lake wind advisory criteria with some issues for smaller craft as far as waves kicking up there on the reservoir. Right now, we do not have a lake wind advisory out, but we're going to be very close. So we'll be certainly monitoring that today as the winds start to increase. Second, we've got thunderstorms in the forecast today all over southeast Idaho. Scattered thunderstorm activity, a few cells maybe producing some gusty winds and some small hail. So it's going to be one of those kind of garden variety, heavy downpours, some lightning, and again, some of those gusty winds and small hail possible in a few cells. Not generally expecting severe weather, but certainly something to keep on your radar, so to speak, as we go through the day. Frost. Hard to believe we're still talking about frost and freeze conditions this late into May, but as we go into Thursday morning, frost is looking likely for portions of our main agricultural corridor up the eastern Magic Valley and Snake Plain. We'll likely see a repeat performance on Friday morning, so concern there for some. Finally, there is snow with this low pressure system too, given how cold temperatures are. That snow may make an appearance down to valley floors and even into the Snake Plain, particularly as we go into Thursday morning, tomorrow morning, when temperatures are cold. But as far as actual accumulations are concerned, mostly going to be confined above about 7,000 feet. And I'll show you a graphic here in just a moment for that. So even down to pass level for the most part, I don't think snowfall impacts are going to be a big deal for most of you. Island Park region may see just a little bit up in Fremont County. Finally, second storm system is coming in Saturday. We'll at least see some more thunderstorm activity and some wind with that, and we'll dig more into the impacts from that system as we go through the next few days here. Weather risk outlook, I tried to clean this up a little bit and removed mention of just areas of rain and showers for the most part. Today into Thursday, everyone has a chance of seeing some light rain or some rain showers, so that is not mentioned here. Saturday, once again, everyone seeing a chance of some rain showers, and some of that may linger, actually kind of spread out into Friday night, also into Sunday morning. But I wanted to kind of key in on some of these other hazards here. So generally, again, minor impacts. These are more niche impacts affecting some of you based on your individual concerns and activities here. Again, today, breezy to windy conditions region-wide. Afternoon thunderstorms region-wide will be the main concerns. Thursday, same system still over the area, trying to kick off to the east, but in the morning we'll see enough clearing for that frost in the Snake Plain and eastern Magic Valley zones. Still some breezy conditions continuing on Thursday as well. I've got a graphic for that coming up. And maybe a few more afternoon thunderstorms confined mostly east of I-15 tomorrow as that system tries to pull away, but maybe a few morning snow showers just about everywhere else, and that includes down into the Snake Plain, at least briefly, although not really expecting accumulation out of it down low. Friday morning, kind of a break between systems, mostly dry for most of you, but again, morning frost potential. Certainly areas in the mountain regions are going to be cold enough for frost as well, but again, as far as our official advisory advisories and warnings are concerned, we focus on this corridor from the eastern Magic Valley up the Snake Plain. And then finally, system number 2 coming in Saturday with breezy to windy conditions and more afternoon thunderstorms in addition to showers across the region. Again, may extend into Friday night or Sunday morning, but Saturday right now, timing-wise, kind of looks like the focus of this second system coming through. Watches, warnings, and advisories. If you're headed north of our forecast area up into Lemhi County or up into southwestern Montana, you are going to encounter some greater snowfall amounts, including on some highways. So lots of colors up here. There's a combination of winter weather advisories, winter storm warnings, and some winter storm watches that are in effect up there. But as you drop across the border here into our area, again, we're really expecting snowfall impacts to stay up high, so we do not have any of those types of alerts right now. Still have some flood alerts here for the Portneuf River, so those are shown in green. We have today's wind advisory for the Arco and Mud Lake Desert region into the upper Snake Plain. That's shown here in brown. That is in effect, I believe, from 11 a.m. to 8 p.m. That's when the strongest southwest winds are expected, but breezy everywhere. And then hiding underneath that is this blue, and you can see that down across the eastern Magic Valley into the lower Snake Plain as well. This entire corridor, the blue area and the brown area, is under that frost advisory overnight tonight into Thursday morning. Satellite loop this morning, the incoming low pressure system, system number 1, is actually, you can see the spin, kind of counterclockwise spin up here right over the Seattle region. So the system is still a little ways away, but quite a bit of cloud cover out ahead of it starting to move in. And again, we'll see precipitation start to kick up as we get into this afternoon. Now, our local radar is still down for some major repairs. I shouldn't say repairs, major maintenance, actually, to extend the lifespan of the radar. That's been going on for a little bit. We might get the radar back either today or tomorrow, so stay tuned for that. But you can see on the regional radar loop, this brings in data from other surrounding radars as well. We've got some light precipitation right on our doorstep coming in from the Boise region here. So western portions of the forecast area here, particularly west of Pocatello, can't rule out a shower this morning. And then for everyone, showers and thunderstorms coming into the picture as we go into the afternoon hours today. Low temperatures this morning look like this. Not too terrible. Generally not seeing frost conditions out there, at least down in the Snake Plain or eastern Magic Valley. And we're headed toward high temperatures today, generally in the 50s to very low 60s, depending on your location. Severe weather outlook today, not expecting severe storms. We did dig into the parameters a little bit. It's not just not all coming together for really good severe weather threat today. It's not really a dry microburst regime. It's not a wet microburst regime as far as damaging winds. Not really a great hail sounding looking at the models. But again, few cells out there might be able to get their act together and produce some gusty winds or some small hail. And of course, lightning, always a threat with thunderstorms. So keep that in mind as we go through the afternoon. Wind speeds and wind gusts. Over here on the left is this afternoon's sustained winds, again, generally out of the west-southwest. And you can see up here in the darker blue and yellow shading, we're looking for 25 to about 35 miles an hour to really focus here over the INL, the Mud Lake area, generally west of Idaho Falls and west of Rexburg. And over here on the right, wind gusts associated with that. The entire region gusting 25 or 30, but some gusts of 45 to 50 possible in the red here up across that same general area. And that's where the wind advisory is in effect. As we go into Thursday, here's low morning temperatures here on the left, and this is why we have that frost advisory out. Generally expecting temperatures to fall to about 30 to 35 degrees or so up the eastern Magic Valley and Snake Plain corridor, and you can see some colder locations, as is usual, as you head into the mountains. Over here on the right, temperatures taking about a 5 to 10 degree hit as this system is right over us as we go into Thursday afternoon. High temperatures in some of the outlying communities here like Island Park, Driggs, Swan Valley, portions of the Central Mountains getting into the upper 40s, and then lower elevations getting generally into the 50s unless you're able to pull off a 60 degree reading here out towards Shoshone and Jerome. It'll be very close out in that area. And I want to show one more graphic here for wind. This is Thursday morning, so we don't have any additional wind advisories out right now, but you can see down here in the eastern Magic Valley into the terrain just to the west of Interstate 84, we have very strong westerly winds, again, about 25, 30 miles an hour. And over here on the right, that's going to translate into some decent wind gusts down across that region, potentially, again, over about 40, 45 miles an hour. So confidence a little lower, coverage maybe a little lower as far as reaching formal advisory criteria, but that favored downsloped area here near Malta, near Idaho, with a crosswind on Interstate 84 in that area will be a concern. So if you are driving high-profile vehicles along the highways and the interstate down in that area, do be advised that late night tonight into a good portion of Thursday morning, there will be some stronger winds down in that area. And you can see some breezy conditions across the rest of the region as well. Quick check on snowfall. If you don't see blue or yellow shading, that means we're not expecting accumulations. As you start to see a little bit of shading, that's where the snow may at least briefly stick on the ground, but you can see even up in highway pass level as you go up to Willow Creek and Galena Summit, down here over Immigration, Pine Creek Pass, not much in the way of accumulating snow this time of year. I think above about 7,000, 7,500 feet is your best bet for seeing that snow accumulate, and certainly in areas where you see the yellow and orange, up at some of the peaks and ridge lines, there will be 6 inches or more accumulating, and this graphic is showing snowfall over about a 48-hour period. So we're talking today and tomorrow. That's the entire duration of this first of the two low-pressure systems. So something to be aware of, but something that generally isn't going to be a major concern or impact to most of you. Fremont County, you might have to watch the Island Park region here for some potential for some of that snow to stick down along US 20, a little bit lower elevation. Here's a look at your low temperatures on the left and high temperatures on the right as we go into Friday. A little bit of a break between systems, but you can see we may have some frost concerns again during the morning, but warmer temperatures building in by the afternoon. Almost 60 degrees over toward Driggs, Ashton 60, 67 for Pocatello, 68 out to Burley. So a little bit better there. And by the time we get to Saturday, here's high temperatures across the region for Saturday. Lots of 60s out there once again as we kick off the weekend. And Sunday as well, not seeing a big change in these numbers. That's your hazard briefing this morning. As always, reach out if you have questions, comments, concerns, support needs for us here at the office. We're here 24/7. And everyone have a great Wednesday.